Hi everybody,
Hello.
and welcome to our YouTube channel. We are, as always, your hosts Arne and Carlos, and today we bring you episode 2 of the Arne and Carlos Quarantine Knitting Podcast that we started just because we are currently in quarantine due to the terrible virus that has affected the world. How have you been today, Arne?
I'm being good. We had some good news today because Freya came home.
Yay!
Yay!
We've got Freya here.
And food.
We got some food as well, yeah.
So Austra, our friend, she dropped Freya and the food on the front porch.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like Christmas.
Yeah.
So we have had a good day.
We've had a great day. That's the only thing that happened here today. But
I see that you put on a nice shirt.
Yeah,
I put on a nice shirt for you.
Yeah, I did this for you.
We have to dress up a little bit.
Yeah, why not make a little effort? We're stuck here.
There's nothing happening.
Nothing happening. We're stuck here in this house for 12 more days, and we might as well make a little effort. So I shaved, I've taken a shower, and I put on a nice shirt just for you and for you guys. So yeah, life has been a little bit tough for a lot of people around here. In the whole world, actually, we know that there's a lot of people that are isolated right now in quarantine, either because they are affected by the virus, either because they have caught the virus, or because they are a high-risk group, in a high-risk group, and we really feel for you all. And we're doing this podcast mainly because we just want to tell you that you may be isolated, but you're not alone. We're here with you. We're in the exact same situation as you are. And we want to make the most of it. We want to cheer you up. We want to inspire and encourage you to do all sorts of things. So that's very good. Now, Arne, we have a little bit of a problem, though, because Eric is not here.
Yeah. So, and now it's actually late in the evening and it's dark outside. And Eric said we should try some lamps.
Mm-hmm.
And see my glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, we have lamps.
Yeah. So usually when we do our video recordings, Eric is here. And he makes sure that everything is perfect. However, today, it's just us, a computer screen, and today we've actually put up 2 lights.
Yes. So tomorrow we will try to do it before the sun goes down, if we manage to finish the project for the day, before the light goes.
Yeah.
But we don't have much else to do.
No, not really. But I want it to be good quality, even if it is, very dogma right now, because we don't have all the equipment here. Now, one of the reasons why we decided to record this late is because we are actually recording our podcast the day before it's aired. And the reason we do that is because we need some time to prepare it. Now, Arne and I do not know of the first thing of editing these videos. So we sit here, today we've got computer, 2 really bad lamps. And once we record this, we send this over by internet to Eric, who's also in quarantine, but he's in Oslo. And then Eric does a little bit of polishing, and then we publish it. So we need to be a day in advance.
Today we will make it easy for him.
Yeah,
we're not putting any pictures in.
No pictures today, Eric. You just need to polish it a little bit. But yeah, anyway, the reason why we're doing it late tonight, which is the day before you see it, is because today at 6 o'clock, we published the first podcast episode, and we wanted to see how that went. And we wanted to, potentially comment on it. And it's been very overwhelming. A lot of people have been enjoying it. We opened a Facebook group that has been going phenomenally well. Last time I saw, it was like 1,200 people had joined. And that is spreading. That's a good thing.
Cool.
That can be spread. The virus, not so good. But yeah, lots of people joining our Facebook group. We hope that they will be joining the knitalong. A lot of people loved the first design, and they have been commenting that. I liked one particular comment. She said she had more than enough works in progress, and she wasn't planning on starting a new project, but she would. So I thought that was a great compliment to get. So it looks like this is going to go really, really well, Arne.
Yeah, and we also heard that 3 of the people we were on the knitting cruise with, they are still in Norway. We thought everybody had got home, but we have still 3. So I hope you will be home tomorrow or as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're in our prayers now. We hope that you will escape this awful situation and get to your safe place as soon as possible.
And now today we learned that if you break the quarantine, in Norway you can get a fee of like
Fine.
Fine. How much was it again?
$2,000.
$2,000 if you break the
Quarantine, yeah.
So I think I'm not going to go skiing even if there's no people around.
No.
I'll go in the garden and dig out the greenhouse.
Yeah, I mean, we're not allowed to leave. I mean, we can leave the house, but we cannot have any contact with people. So we cannot go to the supermarket, which is the reason why Austria is buying us food right now. No supermarket, no shopping for us. However, we are allowed to go and get our post, and we are allowed to go out in our garden, and we are allowed to take Freya for a walk as long as there's no other people around us.
If you see people, you have to hide.
Yeah, if we see people, we need to go away. Luckily, we live in a very remote area, and there's hardly any people up here. We've actually not heard many cars even.
And we heard on the news when we came home that a lot of people, they wanted to move up to their cottages. So we thought there were like people all over, but now people are not allowed to be in a cottage if they don't live in that area. So now, here we are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
How many people would love to live where we are now?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
Who's
true.
sorry
Huh?
now?
So many Norwegians wanted to go to their cabins and are not allowed. They actually made a law today in Norway that forbids you to stay in your cabin. And I mean, there's a very straightforward reason for that. For example, in the community where we live, we are about 2,500 residents, and when people are in their cabins, there could be up to 30,000 people here. So you can imagine 30,000 people. There's not enough healthcare services for everybody. So it's better that people go to the place where they're registered and where they have their doctors and their hospitals and so on. So it makes sense to us. And then, of course, there's that other thing that is pretty weird. Not that we're seeing it right now because we're here, but we've heard that people are running like crazy to the supermarkets and buying up all the groceries and stocking up. And I heard toilet paper is a big issue, which is a little bit, funny because I don't think the virus affects that particular part of your body, to say it bluntly. But I have been reading up. That's one of the things I do in the morning, read newspapers in Norway and abroad. And the one thing I've been reading, I read it in the New York Times, I read it in the Norwegian newspapers. There's no food crisis. The crisis is due to the virus. So if you've been stocking up on supplies, don't do that anymore. If you go shopping, think about the people behind you in the line and think about letting them get something as well. Don't get everything yourself and think that, that's the way to do it, because that's not very nice. So don't stock up. There's enough food to go around, at least so far. We'll see what happens later on. And we don't know this because we can't see the supermarkets. Also, our friend and her husband Audrius are helping us and shopping. So that's something to remember.
And I didn't hear your workout music this morning. What happened?
Oh, well, yeah.
What happened? You should work out now. You have all the time in the world.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought that I was going to be bored with the.
You were not bored?
No, because today was a really busy day to get everything prepared for this evening. I mean, for the first evening. So for you guys, I'm talking about yesterday. It was a lot of work. I had to open up a Facebook group, which I did. And if you want to join that Facebook group, go ahead. Lots of people joining. I originally thought it would be to share the progress in the knitalong, but a lot of people have the need to post other things. They want to show us other projects, and we're allowing that. It's free for everybody to join, and we are happy to see whatever else you want to show us, and whatever else you want to show our quarantine knitting or the community of quarantine knitters. So it's fine. I had to set that up. I had to send out a mailing list. I had to do Facebook and Instagram posts, and I had to write the pattern together with you.
Yes.
So I spent so much time doing that I didn't have time to do anything else, including my workout. But I'm hoping tomorrow I'm going to start. It's going to be the first day of the rest of my life where I'm going to be fit and feel fantastic, I think. How about you? What did you do today?
I've been knitting the project for today, and I've been reading, and I've been watching YouTube while I was making design.
Yeah, I think YouTube is going to be a great medication for a lot of people in these stressful times when everybody's alone. I mean, we use YouTube to connect with you guys, and then Arne uses it to entertain himself. So, Arne, what did you watch on
I
YouTube?
watched a British series called Portrait Painter of the Year or something.
Oh, I love that.
Or Portrait Artist of the Year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Something. You see, I watched so many episodes and I don't even remember what they're called.
Yeah, so that's a great show.
That's a good show.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, a quick recap. It's a show. It's about portrait painters, and there's 3 sitters that come into a space, and these portrait painters are supposed to paint the sitter.
There's some professionals and some amateurs, and it's really interesting to see how they paint.
And then 10. There's like 10, right? There's 3 sitters.
Yeah.
And then there's like 3, say there's 3 sitters and there's 9 people, so 3 people painting each sitter, and then there's like 3, right? They go from 10 to 3, and then there's a winner.
That's a way, yeah.
Really good
It's
show.
interesting, but it's strange to talk about the numbers. I've seen so many episodes. I think I've seen almost every season now, and I don't remember what the name is or how many. But I look at how they paint while I am doing my design work on Illustrator. So it's nice to have that like in the background. I look for inspiration since I bought that easel, my famous easel that we're now using for hanging clothes. Like we're drying all the clothes on the easel. So one day when I get older or when I grow up, I will use the easel.
Good for you.
So I'm looking for inspiration.
Sounds good.
So it's been a good day. It's strange not to just jump into the car and go somewhere and buy something. That's very strange. But it's more like so far it's more like a normal day for us. But you just know that you don't have that choice.
Exactly.
That's a little bit strange, but.
Yeah.
We have a lot of knitting to do and design work, and we can always clean the house.
Yeah. And we've been in touch with friends and family. I've spoken to both my parents. They're quarantined in Spain. They are elderly and high-risk group. I wish they were here in Norway with me. Unfortunately, they are not. But they are trying to make the best out of the situation as well. They're not going out and they're not, in contact with any people. So their friends are helping them grocery shop, and so far they are okay. And you, Arne, you've been talking to your 90-year-old dad?
And my sister and and a friend. So that was it for today.
Who?
Our friend.
Our neighbor, yeah. And also texting our nieces and nephews to see,
to check
on them. And
I think it's important now just to call people or text people and see what's happening.
Yeah.
So that's. You see, there will be less and less to talk about.
Maybe.
Well, maybe one day maybe nothing happens.
I don't know.
You never know. Freya is back, so maybe she will find some moose for us.
Yeah, well, it's been quiet. I think the moose are staying away as well. They might have heard something. She's
sleeping under the table.
She's sleeping under the table, and she was really happy to see us. We were a little bit in doubt. These times are crazy. It's like that toilet paper thing, which is just doesn't make any sense. And it's the same. We heard or read about the dog in the Pomeranian in Hong Kong where they found some coronavirus, and we were like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't get our dog back. And then Austra said, yeah, maybe you should keep the dog here because the dog might catch coronavirus. But in the end, we made a lot of inquiries, and we realized that. It's okay. She can come.
But she's in quarantine.
Now she's in quarantine with us.
Quarantine. I can't say that word.
Yeah. But more than likely, we don't have the virus. We are here just as a precaution, so that if we have it, we won't infect someone. Because we were abroad after February 27th, the government has put us in quarantine. But that's we probably don't have it. So I don't think it's going to be a problem for Freya. No. It's nice to have her here to keep us company. And Audrius and Austra, they work every day, so they're never home in daytime. So she'll be more entertained here with us, I think. And we are allowed to take her for a little walk as long as there's nobody outside. And I hope that it stays like that.
I think it will work out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
colors
and
things from your stash. Remember, we were we were talking yesterday about your stash, and we were like saying, if you have DK weight yarns, just use them, and it doesn't matter if one has texture and the other doesn't. I think we've got a couple here that you can see. I mean, we've got a, let's see, we need to, oh yeah, Eric's not here. So I need to put this, wrong way. There we go. So there we have...
this is a bad video. Yarn.
So we have a DK weight yarn here that is kind of like a merino, and it's nicely plied. And then here I have a kind of like a... You see that? That's like a boucle. Yeah, people can see that. It's like a boucle yarn, right? And you can use both. I mean,
it works for the same needle.
Yeah. So. Will we knit a square with both? Probably.
We could
at some time and see how it goes.
We have many days.
Yeah. So our point is you can just take whatever yarn you want and pair them together. Remember, you're doing 2 colors of each on the knit along. And you only need like something between 6 and 8 grams of yarn. It's nothing. I mean, we're not going to give you the meterage because it's ridiculously little.
No, use your stash and don't think too much.
Yeah.
So, but if you have a ball of yarn, you can you can use it for more projects.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be just for that one. But we'll see what we do. Maybe we use some of the colors over again, and most just to use the yarn, like this one. I don't know where this came from. I think we have like 2 balls in this quality. I don't remember what it is or where it came from.
Touch it. It's nice, soft, and squishy, but that goes for a lot of yarn out there.
But
so,
it works with
knows?
the other one. So just use what we have, and I don't know in 14 days if the studio will look cleaner. I don't think so.
Who knows?
But at least it feels good to do something.
So anyway, colors. How do we work with colors? A lot of people ask that. When we work in color work, we need colors that pop. So we will usually work in contrasting colors. So a light color and a dark color that complement each other very well is perfect. I mean, black and white is obviously a no-brainer. But then once you have black and white together, it's about looking for interesting and unusual color combinations, and we use a lot of our intuition when we work with colors. We're influenced probably by what we see every day. So if we're out on the streets, which we're not at the moment, but if we're out on the streets, we'll probably be influenced by all the information that we're bombarded with, and that is kind of like we might see a color and we might see it over and over again in our subconsciousness. And then when we get home and we start picking colors, we might be influenced by that. I think that's the way we work. It's very intuitive, though. So we work a lot with instinct when we choose colors.
But if we do color work, we like to see the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do colors that blend too much into each other because it's really hard to knit if you can't see the different colors. So we like to have a little bit stronger.
So basically, if you go into your stash, you could just do this. You could go into your stash and then you don't have to look. You just do this, not looking, and then, oops, look at this. Now I have 2 colors. Oh, purple and gray.
They work.
And they work together because you have a contrast between these 2 colors, you see? And that's a great way to choose for your project. Now, this mystery knit-along that we're doing, Arne, it is supposed to be very colorful, doesn't it?
Well, at least the one we're doing. That depends on what people have in their stash.
Well, we're trying to get people to maybe spread out the colors. So if you use 2 colors for yesterday's knit-along, use 2 different colors today, right?
Yeah, or like in 5 days, maybe you take one of the first colors and mix that with a new color.
But you don't have to. If you have a lot of stash, you can just keep going and getting as many colors as you want. My point is, Arne, if you're using a lot of colors, does it really matter when you sit and start figuring out if they work or not? What is your idea of that?
If they look good together, I use them.
Yeah.
That's the only...
So when it's very colorful, if you bought the colors...
You like them.
And
where are you trying to get me now?
Well, we talked about this earlier today, but it seems as if Arne has completely forgotten.
Those lamps are so warm.
Okay, Arne. Okay, let's start again. We talk about this a lot when we hold our lectures, right? About the colors and how you choose them because you love them.
Yeah, because you love them, and like if you have a lot of yarn in your stash, of course you love it. Love the
There we
colors. I know that.
Yeah, but they don't know that. And I was trying to get you to talk
Okay. Yeah.
because people say I talk a lot, but then when we plan this and then I try to get you to say it and then you forgot, then I end up having to say it.
But I told you many. I have like the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah. Yeah, and because we're doing this dogma, we're not editing this, right? There's no editing going on, so now
Maybe you get a really bad argument soon. Be like, "Arr."
well, that would be because of the quarantine. No, I mean we're okay together. But no, I mean, usually, normally, if we were filming this, we would edit it out. But now we are doing it the way we're doing it. We're not editing; it's all uncut. So, so again, let's talk about the color philosophy that we have. The thing that we tell people when we hold our lectures. Can you repeat that
Take
again?
a bag or take a basket of all the yarn you have and just pick a color and see what happens. And normally you get colors you like because you have bought them.
Yay!
But if you pick the same color 2 times, you have to put one back into the basket and pick a new one.
Mm-hmm. That's a great tip for this knit along.
Today's tip.
That was today's tip, and this is what I wanted Arne to say in the beginning, and this is what we practiced before we turned on the camera. And now
I don't even remember that we practiced
Yes.
that. Because I was reading a book while you were talking to me, and the book was so interesting.
Yeah.
Not that what you say is not interesting, but...
Okay, thank you. Yeah, well, that happened around 3 o'clock when we were...
that's a long time ago.
Yeah, we were sitting on the sofa you see in the room behind us. We had a mug of hot chocolate each, and Arne was reading a book, and I was writing down, you see here, just to show you that I'm not lying. You see, we have a plan.
What to do?
There's a plan of how to do this.
No, yeah, but then
Yeah.
we said everything.
So we're now in number 4, and we've just talked about all the colors.
Look at my hair. Oh, I have bad hair there.
No, it's nice.
Don't you think these lamps are warm?
Yeah, they're very warm.
Or fever? No.
Oh, you're okay. You're very warm, though, I have to say. Yeah. But and you know what?
I'm boiling. Right
And
now. I put on like t-shirt and shirt and jacket, and I tried to dress up for you.
Yeah. And not only
Didn't happen.
I mean, if you think you have a bad hair day now, how about the news that our hairdresser is in quarantine as well? So who knows when we'll be able to have our hair cut again?
It's really strange to have this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're digressing a little bit.
Okay, let's talk about the clue. What today's clue?
Okay, yes, let's do today's
Bring
clue.
it on.
So, we've already revealed the colors.
But that's why the colors are here, because this is where we made today's clue.
And this is clue number 2 that we are going to call the
wrong way.
Snow rose. There we
I think
go.
it's still the wrong way.
Oops.
Wrong way. That's the way.
Okay. Eric, please
Where are you?
come back. We need you here.
And I have to show you something. Look at the clue. And look at my shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
Oh, that's
No,
really
not
cool.
really.
Let's see. Wait, hang on. Let me see.
From a distance.
Okay, how about me?
This was very purple in the... Oh yeah, that's more you.
That's better. Very, very cool. And this is today's clue. Am I holding it right now? Because everything's mirrored here.
It's perfect now.
Okay. So, this is clue number 2, the snow rose. Now, let's tell you a little bit about the snow rose and the inspiration behind the clue. We have a beautiful greenhouse that right now is still covered in snow because our garden is not here yet. We still have a lot of snow, right?
Well, it's a lot of snow. We haven't made a road down to the house since we came home, so we have to dig out the house.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes when we go to the greenhouse in the morning, when it has snowed the evening before, it's beautiful because everything's so pure and untouched. And you have this snow that kind of is vertical on the windows, making those beautiful little shapes.
And you get those isroser. What's that in English?
Ice roses.
Ice roses on the windows, or kind of, this is like inspiration.
Oh, I thought we were going to call it the snow rose. Is it the ice rose?
Snow rose, snöroser, isroser.
So what should we call it? We have to agree on a name. Ice rose.
Ice rose. Find the English word.
Okay, so
ice rose.
yes. So this pattern is inspired by the ice roses that we see on our porch, on our greenhouse every morning.
We have a nice picture of it. Like one winter we had a lot of wind and snow, and it was like a curtain that was hanging outside the window on the greenhouse. We should post that on our blog so people can see how beautiful it is.
We're definitely going to do it. So to recap everything about our clue, which I think you should hold up again. There we go. There's the clue. It's the ice rose. We're going to post the photograph. We're going to post the chart, and we're going to post the pattern on our blog. It's going to be in the same post as we posted the first clue, which was yesterday, the Meconopsis. So it's going to be in the exact same page. You can go there, you'll download your chart, and you can knit this using the tip that we showed you yesterday to get the nice, neat edges. And now you also have a tip when you choose your colors. Go into your stash, check your DK yarn, take 2 colors, pick them randomly, take them out of your stash and use them. The only thing you need to make sure is that the colors pop. And because those are colors you bought because you loved, they are more than likely going to look wonderful together.
And that the yarn is good for the needle.
Yeah. The yarn is the DK weight that we're working with. So you need a yarn that would do around 22 stitches and 30 rows per 10 centimeters or 4 inches. And we are working needle number 4 millimeters, which is a US needle size 6. And because we're knitting these back and forth on 2 needles, you can do it on a circular, you can do it on you can do it on DPNs, or you can do it on the super long needles. Just make sure that the minimum length of the needle should be 20 centimeters, which is about 8 inches, I believe. It's 7 and something inches. But
this, like if you have a needle and you cast on your stitches, you will soon find out if it's too long or too short.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I don't think it should be a problem.
So
we should show Freya that Freya is actually back, but she's not barking.
Freya!
I don't know what's wrong. We have no moose in the garden.
Oh, no moose in the garden. But Freya is here, and my shirt is so dark you can hardly see her. And I tried moving her, but that's not the right way. Here you go.
Freya.
Look at Freya. Hello. She's here.
Freya.
I think she wants to go down now.
Oh.
Hi. Put her down.
Put her down.
So yeah, that's pretty much today's tips. And let's remind you why we're doing this. It is a terrible situation in the world. We really feel the need to have a community to support us, and we want to support a community. And we realize that we can use our talents to inspire you and help you out in a time that is very difficult. And then you help us out by being part of our community. And it is a win-win situation for us all, because together we can get through this. It is going to be tough. We're still laughing about our quarantine day 2, which is
probably not so funny after 7 days.
After 7 days, we'll see how we are feeling. But so far, so good. And we hope that you are all okay as well. Our heart goes out to all of you. We think about this all the time. We think about the people that are less fortunate than us and how they might be struggling. And we just wanted to know that you're not alone and that we are thinking about you and hoping to inspire you and help you through this hard time. So we hope you enjoyed the clue number 2. You could start trying to guess what this is going to be. Put it in the comments fields below if you like. If you want to tell us anything, if you feel like telling us anything, make sure to comment here. You can go to our blog as well and comment there. The pattern for this design is on our blog at arnecarlos.com/blog. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, and if you want to show us this, you want to show us your progress with the Meconopsis and the ice rows, go to the Facebook group that we have created. It's called Quarantine Knitting with Arne and Carlos. And you can join the group and just, show us your project or show us what other photograph of other things you might want to show.
Maybe you want to make this one in embroidery for a pillow or for something.
Or maybe you want to crochet it.
You can crochet it.
It's all possible.
Show us with your creativity. Is that the right word?
Yeah, show us your creativity.
Or put it on the sweater.
Yeah. There's many things to do with it. So Arne, now we have one more thing to do, and because I talk all the time because you don't talk so much, I think I'm going to let you do it.
But I don't remember what I'm supposed to talk about.
The formalities.
Oh yeah. If you like our YouTube channel, please put thumbs up, or if you don't like it, thumbs down, and remember to subscribe because then you get the notification.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
We'd love people to subscribe, obviously, to our channel. But
I'm so bad at it.
But you need to turn on
your notifications.
There we go.
And then you get this like a message if there's a new video. Don't look at me that way. You think I'm so stupid.
No, I don't. I just like seeing you struggle with this.
I feel like there's a lot of words I don't even know what they mean.
Yeah. But turn on your notifications means that you never miss an episode.
Yeah.
Then there's the ever-growing family of Arne and Carlos people or subscribers, and we love everybody to subscribe. So please help us reach 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube. That would be fun. The family is growing all the time. So that's something we'd love. And remember that updates are coming up all the time now on our blog, especially for our mystery knitalong. I have to say, I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I think a lot about the reasons why we're doing this. And every time I think about it, I just feel so blessed that we have a wonderful knitting community out there, people that love us and that we love back. And it really feels good to do this. I'm really, really happy that we started this. And I am looking very much forward to tomorrow's episode. And I'm also looking forward to the next it will be 2 weeks in total when we will be joining you here every day for a little bit of cheering up, a little bit of boosting of morale, and hoping that you continue recovering if you are sick, or hoping that you continue to stay safe if you are in a high-risk group. So thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your second clue. We look forward to seeing a lot of these little squares on the blog and wherever you want to post them. I think it's on the Facebook group. And Arne, shall we just say goodbye for now?
Yeah.
So see you again tomorrow, same time. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's not a good picture. Oh, yeah.
And there's the moose. Oh, Freya, where's the moose? Where's the moose, Freya?
Bye.
Bye.